Story time. I worked for 2 years at a company that provided pay-as-you-go debit cards, using Visa and MasterCard as the supplier. I was the graphic designer for this company. The boss was a very successful guy and pleasant enough to work for. However, he was also not shy to treat staff poorly when they left his employment, whether by choice or being dismissed. He did this by withholding their last month's pay, and as some of them were on student visa, or immigrants that had little power to pursue. I was troubled by this, but didn't know the reasons why he was doing this, so kept my opinion to myself. I was overrun with work when he decided to open up another company. That's main purpose was to pursue the very same credit card companies he already worked in partnership with, where agreements with cardholders had been breached by overcharging on interest payments, such as PPI. This was going to be a massive issue for CC companies. So I told him the work was becoming difficult to manage on my own, so he said he would get me an assistant, which he did. I trained the assistant who was on half my salary, so that he understood what the job involved. The assistant was a good guy, but didn't have the experience I had, so I designated work he could manage and handled the rest myself. 1 month later, the boss said he was making my position redundant, and I was dismissed with 4 weeks' notice. To my mind, he thought the assistant could handle the job, and he would save on paying me too. Thanks for that, boss. I worked my notice and left, and waited for my final salary to be paid. I waited and waited, but nothing. I emailed him, and he said repeatedly it was coming, but it didn't. I waited a month, and still nothing. So I called him and said, listen, you may think you can treat me with the same lack of respect as you have other ex-employees, but I am not a kid. You can mess about. Either pay me my money or face consequences. Still nothing. So I contacted Visa and MasterCard and said, were they aware that one of their partners was working secretly to set up another business to sue them for contract breaches, and would they like further information as to who it was? I sent him a copy of the email and said if I don't get my wages within an hour, I would pass on all the details to Visa and MasterCard. I got my money an hour later.